James Wolfenson, James Speth, and all the heads of agencies who took the time to record their support and commitment, we thank you. I should tell you that an information kit describing the groundbreaking programs of many of the organizations that are included in the video and many others, that information kit is available in the hall outside of the General Assembly. I should also tell you, you realize we are running a little bit late. You've been wonderfully patient and very indulgent, and I promised you the best was yet to come, and here we go. We should be done, by the way, around noon or so just hang in there. But now, a wonderful moment. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to UNIFEM's Goodwill Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, Julie Anders.
Thank you, Lynn. I hope that you have all been as inspired and more than ever resolved as I am by the extraordinary work to eliminate violence against women that we have seen today. In preparing for this video conference, UNIFEM has spent the past 5 months coordinating an electronic discussion list that has brought more than 1,000 individuals representing NGOs, governments, UN agencies, the media, and others into dialogue about effective ways of ending violence. The discussion list is a testimony to the depth and scope of global change. You can read about women in Fiji who gave out bumper stickers announcing that real men don't hit women. In Nepal, women who demonstrated in black clothes and performed street theater against trafficking in women. Activists in Lebanon who are organizing to protect women from honor killings. As one observer commented, the End Violence discussion list is the positive human side of globalization. When they launched the electronic list discussion, UNIFEM committed to bringing someone from participating groups that offered the most inspiring example of ending violence. And I am honored to introduce to you Pina Ilkarakan of Women for Women's Human Rights, who will share with us the victories that her group has achieved in advocating for stronger protective legislation for women victims of violence in Turkey. Ms. Karakan.
Nearly 2 decades of activism around violence against women has recently culminated in an important victory in Turkey. In January 1998, a groundbreaking law on domestic violence was approved by the Turkish parliament. The new law enables women and children to obtain protection orders against perpetrators of domestic violence. This reform acknowledges for the first time the state's responsibility to protect survivors of violence in the family. Passage of the law required intensive advocacy of many women's groups and institutions, including the Directory and the Ministry of Women, as well as allies in the media. A significant impact of this new legislation, apart from being applied in individual cases to protect women and children, is that it has paved the way for far-reaching approaches like a national plan to eliminate domestic violence, which should happen in every country of the world. Achievements of women in other countries were critical in the drafting of the law, as well as in our lobbying efforts. To give an example, some parliamentarians from the pro-Islamic party, which were at the coalition at the time, challenged the draft law by saying that it's detrimental to the unity of family, and as such, against Islam. However, we had a copy of the legislation from Malaysia. The example of Malaysia, a predominantly Muslim country, was very helpful in challenging the views of the opposition, allegedly in the name of Islam. My group, Women for Women's Human Rights, is now engaged in disseminating information to all women living all around Turkey. But we also do intensive lobbying to include women's human rights, including women's right to bodily integrity, in the National Plan of Action for Human Rights Education. Our next challenge is to work towards a legislative reform to eliminate, to stop honor killings, which is a big problem in the Middle East. We celebrate UNIFEM's organization of this historic event, which shows that the issue of violence against women has now become an integral part of the UN agenda. This casts a ray of hope for half of the world's population, women. Thank you.
More than half. Pinaria Karakan, Julie Andrews, thank you very much. And now get